Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Chris and Tammy here, live from Toronto, Canada. And first of all, I want to thank you for all of you that attended yesterday's presentation. Really appreciate you. Hope that you're having a great holiday and that you celebrated Christmas and had a great time with your families. And I know New Year's is coming very soon. And in fact, that's the reason why we're doing this session here today. Is Tammy and I want to give you a plan. So it's not so much of a training, but more of a plan on what we're planning to do for the next 3 months starting in January. What are your thoughts, Tammy, on this you want to add?
Yeah, I hope you're having a great holiday. Yeah, Chris and I, we work on this every single year. We've been doing this for so long on how to run in the new year. So getting everybody on board, excited, setting new goals, new challenges, which is always fun. How to get to the next level, and getting your team members on board. That's really important. Is that reconnecting with the team members and find out where they're at and if they want to be part of this. And the truth is, nobody ever wants to be left behind. Nobody does. And so that's why it's really important to get it started immediately into January, because a lot of people, the holidays, right? Everybody's tired and everybody, it takes them a couple weeks to get started. But if you're engaged and you made a decision to run and they know you're running, they're gonna follow. So make sure that every single team members that you have know what you're up to. Create a lot of excitement around it, and we're going to share the layout of what we're going to do in the next 90 days to help you go into momentum. And that's what it's all about, is getting to that next level, going into momentum.
So before we begin, always love to recognize all of you that are showing here bright and early. Backshare, you're here like nonstop Fridays, Saturdays, and every event. And I see you on Wednesdays. Congratulations. Great to have you here. Edwin, great to have you here. I know you speak Spanish. By the way, you can actually select the little wheel option, select subtitling, and then select the language of preference. And Tammy, let's make sure we don't speak too fast so the translation makes sense. And that way you can at least follow with the subtitling that YouTube offers. Let's continue here. So let's welcome Esther. Welcome from Ghana. Great to have you here. Bill from London, Ontario. Great to have you, buddy. Give my regards to Linda. Great to have you guys here. Elizabeth, great to have you here. Welcome. Kim from Florida. Welcome, Kim. We're about to join you very soon. Tammy and I are departing on Wednesday morning, right, Tammy? That's the first.
Yes.
Yeah,
Looking
forward to it. I've been doing it for 12 years now. So it's something that we love to do. Inionam, great to have you here from Ghana. I know you're doing really well. Stay the course, phenomenal. Courtney, great to have you from Scarborough, Ontario. Stay the course, don't give up, keep moving forward. Windsor, great to have you here from Quebec. Bonjour. Gregory from Miami, great to have you here. Johnny from Ghana. Regeneration Zone, great to have you here. Randy, welcome, sir. Great to have you with us. We have Marie-Paul. Bonjour, Marie-Paul de Toronto. She's actually English and French. Good friend of mine. Dr. KOA. We have a new double diamond. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations. We are so proud of you, sir. I know you're pushing hard. You're working hard. Leading by example. Well done. I know we have another gentleman that in the past month that hit double diamond. David DQ. Just wanted to recognize. I know he's working really hard with this program. Let's see here. We have Mark Stevens from Adeo. We have Benjamin. Great to have you here from Ghana. We have FinTalk26 from Chennai, India. Great to have you here. We have James. Welcome. Great to have you here. Let's see. We have Lady Lillian from Ghana. Great to have you. We have Clarence Yusuda from India. Great to have you here. And again, I apologize if I massacre your name a little bit. I need to practice. So just bear with me, folks. Thank you for being patient with me. Guylaine, bonjour. Great to have you here. Let's see here. We have associate from Italy. Awesome. Great to have you here. We have Chris. Great to have you from Greece. Awesome. Great to have you here. Let's see. We have Zoltan from Hungary. We have Marla from Colorado. Great to have you. Happy New Year. I think I've mentioned James. I think well done. Great to have you here. We have Pauline. Let's see. We have Ecom Bay from Dubai. We have Roy from West Jefferson, North Carolina. Great to have you here. We have Jeffrey from Ghana. We have Gloria from Upper West. Gloria da Pila. Well done. Okay, let's see here. We have Jeffrey. We have Nikita from India. We have Vicky from Ghana. Trying
The
to
numbers keep growing, Chris. We have to get started in our training. And
anybody
welcome
here.
everybody. Thank you so much for joining today's training. Today's training is going to set the foundation of building this. I love this global presence here on the platform. We want to make sure that we help you build that foundation of going into momentum. And I highly recommend, Chris, you can put
No, just before we do this, Tammy, I wanted to share something.
Yeah.
You kind of stepped in, so I just want to finish my sentence. What's going on here, folks, that's really, really important here is this training session. It's a session to give you a plan that is very important for you to follow if you want to make a living with God Backup. Tammy, I've been doing 90-day runs for years. And 90-day runs is the difference between the top income earners and the rest of the world. So I wanted to underline this. That's why I'm standing here, sharing this with you. This is a very important session. And if you participate, you will get results. If you don't participate, nothing will change for you. So I really, really hope that you take this to heart. And even if you completely mess up, just by trying and initiating, you will have better results than if you didn't do anything. Always remember that. So let me share the screen right now.
Yeah. And some of you are brand new in igniting, which is fantastic. You're starting with a solid foundation here of a plan. Those of you who have already been in Got Back Up for a while, you want to get back to the people, like we mentioned, get back to the people, find out if they're on board, and look at your numbers. You got to know where you're going with your numbers, you guys. So sit down and what is missing for you to get to the next level? Because that's got to be your primary focus. And then the same thing with your own team members. You got to know your team members' numbers to find out what's missing for them to get to the next level. And I'm talking about your personals, and then you teach your personals to do the same thing. But you got to be prepared before this launch even starts on January 1st. So Chris had sent this document out on the platforms. And if you haven't got it, Chris is putting it here right now. So you can grab it and follow along. So you have the fundamentals of moving forward.
Perfect. So the duration of this plan starts from January 1st until March 31st. So this is 90 days. And we're going to give you the layout around how you should really benefit from all of that. So what we recommend is you work from Monday to Saturday. Sunday is a rest day.
Or choose one day of a rest day, because you do need to sharpen the saw. Some people work Sundays, Chris, because they have to work full-time jobs, right? So you guys, you know your schedules. Just make sure that you have a rest days so you can reevaluate, plan, do a review, right? Always reevaluating and getting back on track.
Okay, so it's really, really important here that take one day to rest. We choose Sunday because for us, it tends to be the day we rest. But again, you choose. Tammy is absolutely correct on that.
Yeah, and I tend to do my meal planning for those of you who say, well, I don't have a lot of time because I got to do this, got to cook, got to do that. That's something that you want to get done on your rest day. Get up a little bit early, get some things done, and then get some rest. But it's really important to be running for those 6 days.
And Tammy, let's talk about the target commitment level.
So, I mean, we always say serious. When it's 90 days, it's getting to the next level, right? It's aiming to win. What's your win in the next 90 days? Everybody has, again, everybody's got their own targets. You got to work with your target and maybe even push yourself a little bit further. because I think a lot of people limit themselves. It's important to have an accountability partner that's going to push you, which we talked about last week in our training. So if you weren't on our last week's training, listen to that and get back to this one again as well, because you're going to want to review, right? Always reviewing. And so serious part-time, 20 plus hours a week. And that is like getting rid of all the things that are distracting you from your business, taking that time to be serious part-time. Okay. And serious full-time, you can easily do 60 plus hours if you're serious, okay, about getting to some serious levels.
Now,
That's what we encourage people to do. Will you do it every week? Maybe. You might do more, you might do a little less, but set your schedule. If you don't put it in your schedule, then most likely life's going to get in the way, and then another day went by and you didn't do anything with your business. So set your schedule and honor your schedule for 90 days and watch the growth that's going to happen. In personally, you're going to have personal growth of sticking to it, but you're also going to get business growth.
now, for some of you, you may feel that we're very aggressive. Folks, listen, think about working a job. How many hours do you do in your job, which is just over broke? We do understand the entire world is just over broke because of inflation. So keep in mind that the hours we're giving you here, you can adjust to those. But Tammy and I have been very successful, and the people that are in our circle, you probably will notice that they're reaching the higher pin ranks. That's because we set high standards.
Mhm.
But you choose how far you want to go with this. We're full-timers. We're $1 million income earners in this industry. We understand what needs to be done. This is not a lottery ticket just because you're signed up. And we have to work at this. So we're giving you some guidelines based on our ecosystem, but you can choose to adjust, because I know sometimes a single mom, a single dad, there might be a lot of challenges, and we understand that too. So find that happy medium that works for you. Okay. So that's why we spend a bit of time on a target commitment level. You need to
So
understand.
the campaign objective is to achieve maximum growth and duplication over the next 90 days through consistent prospecting. As we all know, you got to talk to people, right? And you want to follow up with them consistently, and adding new team members and creating, getting them involved in the campaign. You got to get everybody involved in the campaign. You do not have time for anybody who's not part of the campaign. Seriously, if people are not wanting to get to the next level, you need to focus on people who want to get to the next level. I'm being tough love today because I want to see you succeed at this. I want to see you
to
get to
succeed
level.
in 2025.
Yes.
We
yes.
want you to thrive. We want you to live the life to have the life that you want, not the life that you need to accept. The ultimate goal here, folks, is to get people moving,
Mhm.
is to rank up to goal by the end of January. That's our goal. But build new goals and above within your team during the next 90-day campaign. This is how you're going to get to diamond and above, the higher pin ranks. So you can really start tapping in, because as God Backup grows, folks, and profits increases, it will increase people's income. And if you're on a higher rank, then you have a bigger stake on this profit that will be shared among the compensation plan. So let's get people rank up to goal and above within your organization. Okay. So the campaign title, folks, is 90-Day Rise Gold.
Rise to Gold 2025. So what you want to do is create some flyers, make a lot of noise. 90-Day Rise to Gold 2025. You could put a plus there, gold to black diamond, and create a lot of energy and excitement around it. If you're not creating energy and excitement around this, most likely people are not going to look, right? People are nobody wants to get left behind. So you got to create a buzz. You got to create excitement and celebrate people hitting the next levels. As you know, copper building copper is the building blocks, right? It's not the final destination. That's the building blocks to get to those higher ranks. How many people within the organizations of your personals can you get to copper? And of course, those coppers are going to get people to copper. And we know how this rolls, right? So the more people doing that, the higher everybody's going to grow in pin ranks. You see how excited we are? Because we already know what's going to happen.
Oh, absolutely.
By the end of March, we're going to be celebrating huge in
We've
San
seen what
Antonio,
90-day
Texas.
runs can do for you.
Yeah.
We have seen it firsthand. And those of you that participate, and those of you who have a downline that participate, oh my, you are in for one nice surprise. So right now, let's talk about the layout of month to month. Okay. So month by month overview, we're going to cover right now. So the month of January is we're launching to the Legacy 2025. So it's a launch to Legacy 2025. So the focus is to build a strong foundation with 10 to 20 new signups. You remember we've done some training, sponsored 10 and 30 days and so forth. Okay. It's all in line with this. Build a strong foundation with your 10 to 20 signups. Why are we doing this? Because we know to reach goal, you need to have at least 5 signups. And if you start duplicating, then what's going to happen is your pin ranks will start engaging. So the fact is you need to engage new members into the campaign as soon as they join. Even if they start in the middle of February or March, get them to start the campaign right now to initiate that exact month of January. Get your 10 to 20 new sign up and engage them to get others to do the same thing. This is your launch pad. Set the tone for 2025 and start building your legacy. Anything I want to add to that before we go to month 2?
Again, create flyers, you guys. Put these quotes out there, even on social media. So you're going to put a buzz out there in the air because people want to be part of things that are really, really exciting. So put it out there.
Let's cover month 2. Hello?
Oh, you want me to? Okay, so I'm so excited.
Go ahead.
All right, so February, we did some themes for each of the months, and so momentum multiplier, because if you're running with this in January and you're building some new significant legs, then you're going to have momentum. All right, so focus. January's got to be the month that you're going to run like crazy and sign people up. And I know Joel's going to be launching something January 11th. We have a company event. We talked about it last week. Again, if you weren't on the call last week, you got to go back and listen to it, because it's preparing you for 2025. The first event that we're launching is March 28, 29, 30, and that's live in San Antonio, Texas. Okay, so and we have a special virtual that Joel's going to be sharing some new exciting stuff leading up to the event. So you got to be in the loop. All of this has got to be in your schedule. Okay. So you want to focus duplicating success and empowering new members to follow the system. We have a system in place for people to succeed. All right. So you want people to be following it, and all of your leaders know this stuff. So every single leader that you're part of have systems for you to move forward in your organization. All right. So the empowering message is to multiply your efforts, duplicate your results, and fuel unstoppable momentum with your organization. You got to be unstoppable first, because when you're unstoppable, people are going to follow you.
So month 1, you bring the people in.
Mm-hmm.
Month 2, In other words, folks, is what we share all the time in our presentation. We want to produce coppers. Start duplicating. So if you sign up, first thing you need to do, one on the left, one on the right, so you can qualify for copper. And every time you bring someone in, month 2 is make sure they become copper. And of course, install the software. You want to duplicate the success steps. March number.
So the second month, you want to make sure that your brand new people are starting like their first 30-day run, right? They're doing their first 30
We'll come back to that.
get to gold. So
Yeah.
you want to get them focused on that.
Yeah, absolutely. And month 3, so we're kind of doing an overview of the 3 months right now, is we want to finish strong. The Gold Rush 2025. So again, your focus is to drive duplication, expand growth, and achieve goal rank and above. This is very important on month 3. Duplication, drive duplication, expanding growth, and achieve goal rank and above. If you can go beyond goal, folks, don't limit yourself to goal. Go beyond that. In fact, we would love for you to reach your goal by the end of January. That's 5 signups. And if you start duplicating the copper activities with those 5 signups, and every time they bring someone in, you will move on to higher ranks very quickly as you start adding more people to to the table. So the empowering message is stay focused, folks, and finish strong. When you get to the finish line and you start seeing the finish line, don't slow down or stop to take a break. You go even faster and claim your goal in 2025. This is very important, folks. So Tammy, let's give people a summary of the campaign names so they understand what we're doing here.
Yeah, so the overall campaign it's 90 days, right? So 90-day rise to gold 2025. If you're already a gold, your goal is to get your people gold and all your new people that you're going to be signing up. And we highly recommend to continue building significant legs, new legs, you guys, new business, and get all the people that are existing that you've brought in on board with this campaign so you can grow even faster. So January is the launch to Legacy 2025. Put it out there, you guys. It's going to be powerful. If everybody's doing that, everybody's going to, what is this? Launch to Legacy. I want to have a powerful legacy too. So they're going to check it out. And then February is Momentum Multiplier 2025. And then March is Finishing Strong. And that's the gold rush. You got to make sure that everybody's on target to hitting gold. Imagine what your organization is going to look like when you get to the end of March. This is the vision, right? You have to see how big it's going to be and start writing down the names of the people that are already existing, plus the people that you're going to bring in on getting them to gold. And imagine where you're going to be at. You got to know your numbers. When you know your numbers, you aim for it. Okay. So focus on where you are now, where you want to be, and the people that are in your organization that is already existing, where they're going to be, plus all the new people that you're going to bring on board for you to get to the levels and above. I'm sure you guys, if you guys got focused, I'm sure you can hit 2 or 3 different levels, especially in the newer levels, right? Obviously, when you hit diamond and above, there's a whole lot more work involved.
I totally agree. So the key focus area, folks, it's very important. Number 1 is prospecting. Always. The action of prospecting all the time. All the time. Don't worry if they're going to sign up or not, or be interested or not. If you're having doubts because maybe you had a hard time with the software, all of these things, folks, listen, things evolve. Everything evolves. We have right now 2 apps that are working phenomenally well. They're working perfectly. The app phone, the phone app, and the computer app for your laptops, PC or Mac, whatever that is for you. Okay. So if you're not comfortable with the software, I highly recommend that you go back to your back office, download the videos, watch them, install it, and go through the process. And if you're having a hard time for whatever reason, sometime you may have software running in your computer with security software that may cause a few little hicks. And generally, every time we deal with troubleshooting, 99% of the time, it's something that the person have in their computer that prevent, or they didn't agree to, today with the operating systems, you have to agree to have access to your drives and all of these things because of all the dangers that occurs with what's out there today. So the operating system has no choice. And often people don't know, they skip these things, and then the software can't communicate because you didn't approve all of these things. And it's all in the videos. And you can always go back and approve those. My point in saying here is if you have some doubts with the software, you need to work on that immediately, because I'm telling you, it's working fine. It's working really well. And it's the reason we're getting into this new momentum right now. So you got to go out there and share that link and start prospecting, because it's a phenomenal software. And then the next thing is you want to invite people to a Zoom or a live presentation constantly. There are a lot of live presentations from your existing leaders. There's one that the company hosts every Wednesday evening. Damini and I do one every Friday. I know Dr. Asari does one too. And I know that there's Sylvia and Walter that does one. And I know there's Noel that does one. And I know there's other French presenters that are coming about. What I'm saying, folks, is in your ecosystem, there will be always announcements. I know in our Telegram, whenever I encourage people to put their Zoom or their YouTube presentations there, but make sure that it's not misleading people to somewhere else, because I'll delete it. Okay, it's very important that it's geared towards God backup, and we protect the God backup community. But you need to constantly do invitation to a Zoom or live presentations into your respective groups within your leadership. Number 3 is once you start introducing someone to the information, you want to follow up very often. Then it may not be a yes on the spot. Even if it's just $10, people are saying, well, do I want to spend the time doing that? Again, the follow-up is important for them to see the benefits. Very, 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 very important. Number 4 is you need to sign up. And what I mean by that is often people are they're kind of ready to go, but you're not initiating the close. You're not initiating for them to get started. So what's important here is go back to the Success Cycle series that we've hosted. There's a playlist about 5 trainings in there, handling objections, all of these things. Listen to those over and over and over again for you to get the verbiage and kind of the direction on how to get people started. Okay, so following up and always leaving in the air for them to decide. Sometimes people need a little push. And there's a lot of tips that we share with you here to help you with that, signing up and closing. And number 5, once they're in, folks, don't walk away and let them fend for themselves. They're like newborns. If you leave a newborn to fend for themselves, unfortunately, there'll be consequences to that. You got to make sure you attend to them on a regular basis, engage them. Make sure they know what the trainings are. Make sure they're part of a community to be reminded of everything that's available. Okay. And get them started to, especially now for the 90-day program, getting involved right away. It doesn't matter if it's a month and a half down the line. Get them starting right now. So like we did in January to get their first 10. If you get into a habit and focusing on those 5 key areas, you will see success, folks. You will see the success.
Yeah, and while you're doing the process, we call it the pipeline. Is you want to prospect, you want to invite, you want to follow up, follow through. This is really important, you guys. Don't give up on 1 or 2 follow-ups, because often people need 6 to 7 different exposures. People are busy in today's world, right? So make sure you have a good follow through with your follow-ups. And don't get hung up on people. This is really important. Don't get hung up, because most people get discouraged and get hung up on a few people. Yet there's so many people in the world that are looking for this.
So Tammy, I wanted to focus on Dr. Kowei's message here before we get off too far off the topic. Is I just talked about the application. Did you know that you can collaborate and share right now?
Yeah.
Where you can open, Dr. Kowei and I were testing that, as a matter of fact, where I was typing some words into a document that he shared with me, and he was seeing what I type into his document. So there's a lot of great things out there that you may not be aware of. So I just started pointing this out. So back to you, Tammy. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm watching Dr. KOA's messages. You guys look at his messages, so powerful. You can see why he's hitting the ranks that he's hitting. And so let's go right into the breakdown of the activities, which is it gives you a guideline, you guys. This is not, okay, well, I did my 5, I'm done for the day. No, it's a guideline. Okay, everybody has different schedules. Okay, so again, you need your calendar. You need to be religiously working with your calendar. All right, so prospecting actions, you're contacting people daily. Okay, that's there. You've got your invitations in your presentations. How many people are you going to be inviting? And how many people are you going to have in your follow-up system daily? You should have your calendar flowing with new connections, with people that are showing up for the invitation, with follow-ups, and of course sign-ups and getting people, set up. You got to get people set up right away. Make sure they've got their storage backed up, right? That's one of the big things, is get their storage backed up and get to copper. That's bang. And then get them right into the 90-day program. All right. So you've got full-time daily, you've got part-time daily. You can see the numbers, and don't stop just because you see a number. Keep going, because you're going to have days that you've put your numbers out, but an emergency comes up. I mean, it happens, right? So that's why you give it everything you got when you're doing your time. You've got backup schedule time. If you're scheduled to do 2 hours a day or 4 hours a day or whatever hours a day on a part-time, then your total focus are these activities. That's it. Don't be scrolling on social media and stuff like that. You got to be connecting with people. All right.
So additional monthly focus area. And again, folks, I just reposted the link again. This is your link. Just go ahead, click on this, and you can cut and paste it. Obviously, you can't edit it because that will damage it for everybody else. But you can make a copy of it, right? You can actually go ahead on the file and you can make a copy of it, and then you have your own copy if you want, and then you can duplicate and add whatever content that is more tailored to you, or additional changes that you may want to do. So additional monthly focus area, folks. So in the month 1 is you want to build a strong foundation in January. Okay. So primary focus, folks, is bring 10 to 20 new signups and teach them the duplicatable 30-day process. What do I mean by that? You go back to the January area. So if I go back here and I go back to what we did in January, you want to make sure they focus on this activity right here. Okay. Very important. Let's go back down. Where was I? Okay. Right over here. So the key goal is to build a solid base to start momentum. Okay. Now, Tammy, you want to cover some of the script examples you're giving here?
Yeah. So you can copy the text, right? And easily send this to many people. So, hi, so-and-so, and you can play with this script. It was something that we just put out there. I just came across an amazing opportunity I believe could be a great fit for you. Can I send you a quick invite for a Zoom session where you'll learn more? And that obviously you want to invite them to one of your team presentations that are going on, or Joel. I mean, every Wednesday night, Chris and I never miss Wednesday night, and inviting people to that one, plus our Fridays, plus everybody else's, right? Invite people to everybody's, and then that way you get people more exposed throughout the week. And then it'll only take 30 minutes and could possibly change your year. And people are looking for change. They're looking for better. They're looking for more income. You could modify this message based on your own personality. You can modify stuff, right? We have our scripts that we just copy paste. No wasting time, you guys. We gotta have a system in place so we can grow. And then the follow-up is, hi, so-and-so, did you get a chance to check out the presentation? What did you like most about it? And I'd love to help you answer any questions. so you can decide if this is a right fit for you. So you want to be natural when you're doing it. It's got to be the way you communicate. If you make it sound like you're scripting, obviously this is text, but if you're talking to them or you're leaving a voice message, which I tend to do, you guys, I find that when I leave voice messages, people respond more than just a text. Maybe you're getting the opposite, but it's got whatever's working for you. For me, they can hear my passion, they can hear my body language, they can hear all of it, the excitement about it. And so I get people responding a lot quicker.
So on month 2 is, again, you want to duplicate and empower. Okay. That's very important. This is the month of February. Primary focus is empowering new member to duplicate month 1. And what you want to do is you want to bring 10 to 20 new sign up like themselves. It's important that as people sign up into your business, that they take activity now, take action now. Don't sit on it for 3 months. Start immediately. Install the software and start qualifying for your copper. In other words, bring one on the left, bring one on your right. That's the bare minimum. We're telling you 10 to 20 new signups and for them to do the same. Why? Because we want them to aim for emerald. Okay. So that's why we're doing this. And as they bring people on board and start duplicating by creating coppers, then that's the benchmark that qualifies you, that moves you up on rank. Okay. It's not the people at the top making all the money. It's the people that are duplicating coppers that are making all the money. That's how you have to want. That's the way you want to word this. So the key goal is to build confidence and consistency among the team. It's awesome to recognize diamonds and double diamonds and above. It's awesome to recognize new sapphires that now are getting a matching cycle. And it's awesome to see new emeralds and rubies. And then from there, diamond, which is the next level. It's just so much fun to see that. And what happens, it encourages everybody around that are maybe sitting on their hands, wondering, is this going to work for them? Watching others that are climbing to the top. Of course it's working, but you do need to take action on those things. Very important. So build confidence and consistency among your team. Okay. So the fact is, the coaching priorities, number 1 is teach consistent prospecting and follow-up. Very important. Number 2 is encouragement, right? Encourage the use of script, of invitation, and follow-up. Now, I'm not a script person, but I can use a script as a benchmark so I know kind of how to start the conversation. From there, my conversation will flow based on the response and I will adjust. Now, keep in mind, I've been doing this for a long time, so I can really think on my feet very quickly. But at the end of the day, folks, let people speak, let people express themselves, pay attention to what they're telling you, and just respond in kind. And you will find that it'll be easy for you to get people on board instead of following your own agenda. And number 3 is engage new members in duplicating the system. What's the system, folks? Is to produce coppers and duplicate producing coppers. That's the system. Some of us have different tools with all sort of things to have access to the presentations and scripts and getting started and first steps and second step. And many of us have that. I know I have one that I use. Okay, I'm using a free service that's provided by the Now site that has everything that I provide to all my leaders. And it's free. They don't have to pay for this. So use tools that people don't have to pay money for so it can go bigger and faster and stronger. So the system is very, very important. Is engage new members in duplicatable system. Very important. Jamie, you cover month 3.
Yeah, and to get better at knowing what to say, you guys, it's important to show up at the presentations because you're going to hear how Joel presents it and the other leaders that are out there. You're going to hear how they're presenting, and then you're going to catch things. And the more you practice, the better you become in anything, right? So it's important to get out there and practice, get uncomfortable first to get comfortable, because it becomes very natural when you're doing this, when you're practicing daily. Okay. At the beginning, it might be a little bit uncomfortable. Okay. But when you get into the conversations and you get into the groove, then that's when you want to do this for a couple hours. So you get into that momentum. I know because it's cold when you first start, like when, for example, you're setting yourself to do 2 hours of prospecting, and the first couple are a little bit cold, right? You got to get into it. You got to get into momentum, and then it flows from there. So you got to do this every single day. When you're building your business, you're going to notice, you're going to change the person you become by the end of March. You won't believe it. And your team members are going to see you and they're going to be like, wow, he's on fire or she's on fire. Oh my gosh. And people don't want to be left behind. They may not run the first 90 days, but you will. And guess what? The next campaign, they don't want to be left behind. All right. So that's the key, is to keep going. And of course, month 3, the theme is what do we have? Finish strong, of course, and to build goals, right? You want to multiply the goals. So the primary focus is to continue duplicating with the members of your team members. Always bring in new people to the table, because if you look at the rank chart, you'll see what you need to do and how many people you need. And we're talking significant legs. Significant legs are people that are building, right? That are building coppers within their teams. Not everybody you bring in is going to be a significant leg. That's why you need to continue bringing more people in, and the significant legs will run. And you'll see this as you build it, you'll see it. And you want to spend your time with the people that really want to run with this. All right. Because we always say there's glorified customers in our organizations. Love them. Love them. Right. They're a big part of the numbers. But spend your time with people who want to grow, that want to lead, that want to build this and support their teams. Okay. So you want to continue
Yeah,
duplicating.
absolutely. Tammy, I would like to add something here is
Mhm.
in the key goal is this here, folks. You want to learn, or let me rephrase that. You want to earn a living.
Mhm.
You need this right here in your team.
Exactly.
You want to solidify leadership. Very, very important. And when there is leaders within your organization, make sure that you recognize that. Very, very, very important. Babies cry for it. Adults die for it. Recognition. Very, very important. People work hard. And when they do, recognize them. And there's something that was mentioned here by Dr. Kilway, this one right here, right? Focus on the willing. Don't try to carry the dead. It's very hard. If people are, you constantly have to convince them and fight them to death to show up to a training or to a call, this is a strong indicator that you are wasting your time. Focus on the willing.
Mhm.
So again, folks, we're sharing this with you because this is not new to us. And the leadership is the basic foundation. These are the little motors into your business, or the big engines in your business that will drive momentum. They do not need to be told what to do. They do not need to be reminded of anything. They are the one that's going to remind the rest. When you have that, this is liquid gold. And when you do, recognize it. And if someone in your downline is better than you, please duck. Let them run.
Yes.
Because when you got a leader, that is a blessing. Do not hinder them because they're passing you. Embrace it. Very, very, very important. And as we finish here, the 90-day success tips, right? Number one, consistency is key. If there's one thing that Tammy and I know very well, is we show up daily with focused effort. As she mentioned, we are there every single Wednesday evening to support the corporate presentation that our CEO is hosting.
And of course, inviting. Yeah,
Very
invite as
important.
many people as you can to these events. Let the company do the presentation for you. Let the leaders do the presentation for you. Although we'd like to see a lot of people this year grow in their presentations, so we can see more presentations going on everywhere around the world in different languages.
That's exactly. So from there, thank you, Gillian. This is a great feedback here. Say number two is track your numbers. If you
Yeah.
recall in trainings that we reference a tracking sheet for you to track down your numbers, track your daily activities so you can see what you get and make the adjustments when things maybe don't reflect your efforts. Instead of saying what's not working, well, instead of saying that, what's not working, focus on that, adjust that, and you may find that the results might be pretty impressive based on the effort that you're putting into. Stay accountable. If you say you're going to be doing something, then do it. Partner with someone that can maybe give you a little kick in the butt if you fall behind because you want to watch your Netflix series. Trust me, we'll all get caught into all of that, right? If you've been following Yellowstone, you know what I'm talking about, right? So number four is celebrate small wins. Small wins. Recognize every achievement. Very, very awesome. Okay. You want to recognize the achievements of your organization. Very, very important. And number five is engage the team. Host weekly check ins to maintain momentum. Very important. So these are the 90-day success steps for you to have the best possible results. This document is available to you. Make use of it. Use this as your benchmark on a daily basis on what you need to do and plan your week around that. And I'm telling you, we're going to be having diamonds like popcorn. People are going to pop in like diamonds like we're having coppers at the moment. I'm telling you, once you see momentum, it's awesome. So final goal, Tammy.
Yeah, the goal is to achieve the gold rank or above by the end of 90 days. And having all your members who are serious and are on board, those are the ones you want to work their plan with them and make sure that you're keeping them accountable in the process. Okay. Empower your team to duplicate. That's the key. The more people that's duplicating this 90-day session, the faster your organization is going to grow. And once you go into momentum, you can't stop it. All right. So you got to keep moving. After this 90-day session, we're going to create campaigns throughout the year. We're going to engage a lot more people in the process and growing, learning new skills. I know somebody mentioned earlier, I was looking in the chats, but they said, what if people don't have Zoom? That could be something that you could add to your list that you want to learn, right? You get yourself a free account, start learning, showing up to the presentations, start learning how to present so you can talk to a lot of people and connect with them and invite them to presentations. But when you have some skills under your belt on presenting, then it becomes a natural thing for you. So learn new skills. Chris and I have always spent time learning new skills. There's so much that we need to learn on the social media platforms, but we're always open to learning something new and expanding that as we grow.
I totally agree, Tammy. And Benjamin, I really like this one over here. Everyone here will be diamond by 2025. Absolutely love
Yes,
that.
yes,
Absolutely love this. So, folks, here's what's going on. Next Saturday, that's going to be the new year. I think it's going to be the 3rd or 4th. I forgot exactly what date Saturday is. But next Saturday, make sure that you don't show up alone. Okay. Make sure your team is here. These Saturday calls should be packed. We're going to go into details on what we're going to be doing in that week for the month of January. And let's get to work here, folks. Let's start feeding your pockets, your bank accounts. Let's start changing your faith when it comes to your financial abundance. Let's start living the life that you deserve opposed to the life that you have to live. This is a man-made thing. What we can do here is break free from the bondage of our society in telling you what you are worth. Let's get rid of that stuff. I'm trying to find a diplomatic word, and that's the word that came up, stuff, instead of the word I was thinking. Okay. And let's
Yeah.
focus on your future. But folks, it's not going to come in just because you wish it. It's going to come in because you're working at it and you're consistently working at it. That's the difference. I understand that some of you may not be happy with the results you're going to get. That is completely normal. Give yourself the permission to forgive yourself if, let's say, you were lacking this, you didn't do that, you didn't follow through. It's okay. Don't get discouraged saying, oh, it's not working. No, stay the course, be consistent, keep doing the activities. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter how well or how bad you're doing. I guarantee you that you'll be further ahead than if you didn't even participate. So the very first thing is you want to participate and stay the course.
Yeah, you guys have the power in the now. Okay. So be in the present moment as often as you can in the 90 days, because that's where you have your control, right? When you have your schedule in front of you and you're focused in the moment, you're going to get things done. And you need to protect your mind from the people out there that don't get it or don't see what you see. You need to protect your mind from that. Okay. And just stay focused, have your goals, know where you're going. Your vision has to be on target, and the rest, whoever's out there trying to pull you down or say this is not real or whatever it is, you need to protect that and stay focused on your targets. Okay, and that is going to get you to the next level.
So again, folks, remember, be consistent, be persistent, stay the course. We have something big here, a price point that everyone can afford, a service that everyone needs. Don't get bogged down by the little things that are getting in the way of the bigger things. This is a big deal. Don't be fooled by the cost of entry. I'm telling you, companies today are multi-billionaires because of $9 a month charge or $10 a month charge. This is a new trend. This is exactly what we're offering. It's very reasonable, very doable. You just have to stay the course and letting people know. So listen, folks, have a happy new year.
Yes.
Enjoy your time with your loved ones. Enjoy the rest of this holiday. I know Christmas just passed. It's over now. Don't get stuck there. It's over. Now we're starting the new year. Let's get ready to blast 2025 with ultimate momentum. We got back up, and let's reach the heights that I know you deserve.
Yeah, and as
I love you.
Dr. KOA said earlier, don't wait till January 1st to run with this, right? You can start talking to people now. You know, the best part about now is people are on holidays, with their jobs. So they have time to look at this. So talk to everybody now. Don't wait, okay? And you can get your foundation started the end of this year going into January 1st. So have a great happy new year, you guys. It's your opportunity to talk to many people if you guys are out and about. I know we're going to be at airports, we're going to be sitting beside people, so it's opportunity
Prospect.
on January 1st.
Now, remember that last week we talked about the upcoming events. We got back up. I'm telling you, folks, exciting things are coming ahead. Don't miss the boat. Get on that train and let's start making some money and change your lifestyle. And I understand it's not all about the money, folks, but let's face it, money ranks right up there with oxygen. I'm sure everybody agrees with me. So let's live the life that we want to live and not the life that we have to submit to. Happy New Year, everybody. And thank you for being here. Love you guys. Bye for now.
Happy New Year. Love you.